For far too long, Americans have been forced to put up with Democrat-run cities that set loose savage, bloodthirsty criminals to prey on innocent people, really very, very innocent people. In every place, they control radical left judges, politicians, and activists, and they've adopted a policy of catch and release for thugs and killers. In Charlotte, North Carolina, we saw the results of these policies when a 23-year-old woman who came here from Ukraine met her bloody end on a public train. And here's a picture of it. This is the picture of it. And this is a picture of the woman, a beautiful young girl that never had problems in life, with a magnificent future in this country. And now she's dead. She was slaughtered by a deranged monster who was roaming free after 14 prior arrests. We cannot allow a depraved criminal element of violent repeat offenders to continue spreading destruction and death throughout our country. We have to respond with force and strength. We have to be vicious just like they are. It's the only thing they understand. 24 of the top 25 most dangerous cities in America are run by Democrat mayors. 50 people were murdered in Chicago in recent weeks, with hundreds being shot. And it's time to stop this madness. The people of our country need to insist on protection, safety, law, and order. We have proven that it can be done because we did it right here in D.C., in District of Columbia. The capital of America was a bloodthirsty, horrible, dangerous place, one of the worst. And now it's a crime-free city, and we're going to keep it that way. It can be done. It can happen fast. All we want is, please, Mr. President, we need help. Chicago needs help. Other cities need help. We'll do what has to be done because we're going to make America safe again, and that includes our big cities. We're going to make those cities safe. Thank you.
War didn't kill Iryna Zarutska. An American train ride did. 23 minutes after the doors closed on a routine Tuesday run, the 27-year-old refugee lay dying between the seats while the guy who just stabbed her calmly wiped his blade on his jeans. Local homicide? Not anymore. The feds just filed under a post-9/11 statute and reminded everyone that a 3-inch pocket knife on public transit can still land you on death row. Iryna spent her teens sketching stray dogs in a shelled-out Ukrainian village, arrived in Charlotte last year on refugee status, and juggled double pet store shifts to pay for vet assistant classes. Friends say she rescued birds with crooked wings and preferred the light rail's soft hum to a noisy bus. DeCarlos Brown Jr., 34, came with a different backstory. Habitual violent felon, 3 assaults on his record, paranoid schizophrenia on paper, and a habit of cruising the Lynx Blue Line all day because if you keep moving, nobody stares. August 22nd, 2025. Cameras show Iryna boarding at I-485, backpack covered in enamel cat pins. She slips into a window seat, earbuds in, world out. Brown climbs aboard 2 cars back, hood up, knife folded in his fist. No argument, no robbery, no warning. He strolls forward, yanks her ponytail, and buries the blade in her neck 6 times. Riders scatter. One guy tries a tackle but slips in the blood. The train auto stops at Sharon Road West. Doors pop open. Brown steps onto the platform, knife still dripping. Cops cuff him half a minute later. Mecklenburg County files first-degree murder under state law. Mandatory life, no parole. Same afternoon, the U.S. Attorney dusts off Title 18, Section 1992, a 7. Violence causing death on a mass transportation vehicle. Written 3 weeks after 9/11 for would-be terrorists, it carries death or any term of years. Dual sovereignty means 2 bites at the apple. No double jeopardy issue. If either jury votes death, the other case pauses. Feds take the wheel because their ceiling is higher. Transit terrorism doesn't need a political manifesto, just intent to shut down the system people trust. Attorney General Pam Bondi calls it an attack on our way of life, hammering the randomness, the public setting, and Brown's prior transit arrests. Add a victim who fled violence overseas, and you've got a poster case for federal muscle. FBI agent James Barnacle Jr. spells it out. One knifing can empty trains for weeks. Prosecutors want riders thinking needle, not shrug. Capital charges need sign-off from Maine Justice. They got it in record speed. Aggravators. Grave risk to multiple persons. Heinous, cruel, depraved. Defense will counter with mental illness mitigation, schizophrenia, childhood abuse, borderline IQ. Jury selection alone could drag months. Charlotte's last federal death case was 2006. Split vote means life. Unanimous pushes the case to a second penalty phase, where victim impact statements, likely from Iryna's younger brother, can nudge the scales toward lethal injection. Within 2 days, Mayor Vi Lyles announces random bag checks, plainclothes transit cops, and live CCTV feeds to CMPD HQ. Ridership drops 12%. Uber and Lyft vouchers spike. Critics call it security theater. Advocates say visible cops restore confidence. Either way, the city just approved $3.2 million for platform barriers like New York's. The Ukrainian consulate holds a vigil. Candles spell Scylla strength in the station lot. Brown's state trial is penciled for February. Feds eye June. Defense teams already fight to unify mental health reports and suppress the platform arrest video, claiming excessive force taints the jury pool. DOJ wants a rocket docket. Local judges favor caution to dodge reversible error. Bottom line, a year of motions, psych exams, and fresh headlines every time a Ukrainian diplomat visits D.C. Whichever verdict lands first, the other sovereign waits. So Brown's life stays in bureaucratic limbo, exactly where federal prosecutors like it. One refugee's last doodle was a charcoal tabby on a napkin in her pocket. One repeat offender's final ride may cost him his life under a law written for hijackers. Between those truths sits a warning. When blood spills on public infrastructure, labels like random or mentally ill fade. The system calls it terrorism and reaches for the ultimate lever. Iryna's story ends with donated art supplies at the Humane Society. Brown's ends with 12 strangers deciding whether his heart stops the same way hers did, abruptly, publicly, with no ride back. What are your thoughts? Hit subscribe and ring the bell. YouTube still bothers to tell you when we drop new ones.